Hello and Namaskar. My name is John Dayal. I'm a journalist. Welcome to my LifePage, where I intend to talk about myself, about my profession, how exciting it is, about the future that any newcomer would have in this profession, about its challenges, its excitements, and some of the highlights of my own career. I complete 50 years next year. So it's a long career, and I hope there'll be something in it which will interest you. I'm from South India, but I've grown up in Kashmir, Shimla, Dehradhun, and Delhi. I've studied in Shimla, schools, in Dehradhun, schools, and I came to Delhi for my college. I was a student of St. Stephen's College of Delhi University. While it has production part and the actual field part, but some things are common. What is common is you are taking somebody who's sitting at home or traveling in a bus or flying in a plane and taking him to where you have been. You are making him see the world through your eyes. You are helping him understand what has happened yesterday or today or 5 minutes ago. And he can't go there. He is in his office, in his home. He cannot go there at all. How do you then present or bring the world to him? Or, in other words, उनको अपने घर से अपनी कुर्सी से उठा के जो आपने देखा है उसको कैसे दिखाएंगे? Basically, it's the base for every education. At least a high school, at least. But it is better that you have a college education, a university education, in any subject. Engineering, agriculture, medicine, veterinary science, history, politics, geography. I did physics. What education does to you is, first of all, it opens your mind. It helps you become a more mature person. I told you, language is a must. Language, any language, including, as I said, sign language. If you're talking to people who are challenged, a fluency in that language, a vast vocabulary, as much vocabulary as is possible to be able to define. It will not do if you just say green, hara. किस टाइप का हरा है? गहरा, हल्का, सूखा, पीलापन लिए हुए? जंगल में हर पत्ती का रंग अलग है. क्या आप डिफाइन कर सकते हैं आर्टिस्ट की तरह? I told you, in 2019, I would have done 50 years in journalism. I'm very proud to be a journalist. I'm very happy to be a journalist. It has given me utmost satisfaction. It has got me awards, it's got me to travel across the world, it has got me to interact with, to earn the friendship of the biggest. I've been friends with prime ministers and presidents, scientists. I've met people who have gone to the moon, people who have won matches, people who are champions, people who have written novels. I have covered wars. I have met people who have suffered. The first challenge is, will I be able to marry on my salary as a reporter? Will I be able to give some money to my parents? Will I be able to buy a car? Will I have a vacation? Will I get sick leave? Will I be wearing good clothes? Will you get a job? This is the biggest challenge. A good journalist will always get a job. A bad journalist, even if he gets a job, will not be able to hold a job. So the biggest challenge is getting trained to do a good job. Read 4, 5, 6 newspapers. What had happened yesterday, I knew. I was there. I was writing. But still, how did the others cover it? What did I miss? What happened in other cities? Will it have an impact? So not only was I abreast of what had happened, I could anticipate what was going to happen. I'd have my breakfast, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I would go to office, drive to office. As I became senior, the driver would come. I'd drive to office. We would have an editorial meeting at 11, where senior editors, junior reporters would come together. This is what is expected today. The Prime Minister said something yesterday. It may have an impact. There can be violence there. There's going to be a press conference. The foreigner is coming. There will be a dinner at Rashtrapati Bhavan. And then we would be allotted, or we would choose what we wanted to cover. After about 12 o'clock, we would go out. If there was a press conference, if there was Parliament, we would have to go and reach Parliament at 11 a.m. because question hour in Parliament always begins at 11 a.m. But if there was no Parliament, then I would like to know what is happening in the Congress or the BJP. It is not going to make you a billionaire, but it's going to give you at the end of 50 years something to remember, something to tell your children and your grandchildren, something to write in a book, perhaps your own autobiography. I hope it has been of some interest to you. It has been, I hope, of some use to you. Thank you so much for listening to me.